For me, joint evaluation involves jointly defining the project, designing together and implementing together. And for us, FAO Somalia, it's something that we practiced with 8 other organizations, and the designing and implementation stage was very costly and time consuming, but at the end of the day, the results were cost efficient and we saw more important results.
With the global agreement on the 2030 agenda, member states expect the UN agencies to work in more collaborative and coordinated approaches, including in evaluation. But what does that mean, and what are the advantages? In an effort to harmonize and speed up the conduct of country-level joint evaluations, FAO and WFP organized a workshop in Johannesburg to discuss advantages and challenges, and come up with lessons learned.
The joint evaluations are, I think, no more a choice, but more of a way forward, and especially when you are working with the governments. Specifically, if we talk about the advantages, the main advantages include shared accountability, improved visibility, greater ownership. You also can say that it facilitates the capacity development of the stakeholders. And the most important is it facilitates action because of the involvement of the stakeholders.
One key point about joint evaluation is the involvement of all partners and all sectors together with their key decision makers. This facilitates the process, makes it faster, and policies are able to be made on time, and ownership is more owned by the teams.
The joint undertaking of evaluations results in more comprehensive evidence and stronger credibility, while also offering an enormous opportunity for designing and implementing joint programs in the future.
After a few consultations, only after government came on board, like as in very fully on board, we were able to add another scope of work to the evaluation, which focuses on evaluating the overall objectives and outcomes of the Namibia school feeding program itself. If government did not come on board, I believe we would have missed that element, because we wouldn't have the mandate, by the way, to evaluate the other aspects that are not part of our technical assistance. But having them partly, jointly evaluating the school feeding program, it ultimately means a better quality report, which could have more recommendations that are covering a wide spectrum, reaching more audiences, so improving on utility of the report.
Whilst we move forwards to increasingly engage in joint evaluations, it will be important to capitalize on lessons learned. Lessons at different levels that we should share as much as we can with other actors, inside and outside the UN family.
There will be more joint work, I believe, from 2019 as we move towards the evolution of the future UNDAPs. The resident coordinator system will require that in the context of the reform process that's going on, that we work together. It means that all agencies should learn together and work together on the basis that we've started in Johannesburg. And so we expect to advance this process from now onwards in the years to come.
WFP and FAO, based on the identified lessons, are now expanding guidance to make future conduct of joint evaluations even more effective.
So joint evaluations is the way to go, beginning from 2019. And I can say that, from what we've seen so far, we're a bit behind in terms of working together, but we can then accelerate this process.